Hi everyone, it's Valerie, otherwise known as Chick Picker. How's everybody doing? Well, we had a baby well, I didn't have a baby, but my daughter had a baby and everything's fine. Everybody's home, getting used to the family and everything. So, man, I'm really close there. But I wanted to, yesterday I got away and my son-in-law took me to it's called Antique Trove, I believe it's called. And so I wanted to show you a few things that I got. Let me see. I'm going to do this. And probably, I don't know if it's going to work or not. So I got this little, it's a fighter pin. I don't know if you can see that or not. Pretty cool. It's enamel painting, but it looks in very good condition. Probably like a tie tack or hat pin or something like that, but pretty cool. I'm doing this with one hand, so it may take me a minute to get everything done. I'm trying to be quiet too because babies, trying to get used to being at home and everything. Well, let's see. I got these earrings, so that's what they look like. And they're pretty. They're like a green, kind of a speckled. Of course, they took the little description off of the bag, but they're pierced and they're in really good condition. They weren't signed or anything, and I think it's just like an enamel paint, but really cute. Oh, let's see. But it was more of just I just needed to get out. I'd been taking shifts with my son-in-law to stay with Julie, and even though it was 3 days, it was, I wasn't there at the hospital the whole time, but mainly just came home and hung out here while I wasn't there. So let's see, another pair of earrings that I thought was kind of cool, and they're vintage, and I can't get them separated. So there's two of these, but they're like a shell, and there's some, just some shell and a heart, and then one of the little clam shells. But really cute, kind of a dangle type. I don't think they're 925 or anything. I didn't check them yet, but they got some patina to them, but I think they'll still sell. And then I got some, I've been really interested in postcards lately. So, and this is a place I've went to before to get, picked up a few postcards. So I got quite a few. So there's this one, and the reason why I picked this one up was because of the cars, the ocean, the restaurant. Let's see, this is 5 miles from San Francisco Civic Center. So very close to the Civic Center, and it looked older. It doesn't have a date on it. So, but I've been kind of introducing the postcards into my store here and there, but I know this place I can always get postcards. So this is it says Union 76 gas on it, and then it is Santa Monica. And one of the reasons why I picked it up was because it was a water scene, but then also because it has oil, kind of a advertisement on there on the back, and it's not used. Some of these are used, some of these are not, but And then I got this one, another water one with a boat. This one is Siwash Rock, Stanley Park, Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. So it was pretty cool. You can see on the back that it's not used. And I picked up some used and some not. This is made in Canada. I'll just see if there's any natural color projections. So, and these cards, there was a few that I paid up for like $2, but the majority of them were either $1.50. I think there was a couple that were even 25 cents. This was kind of interesting. It is the Lowy Museum of Anthropology, University of California, Berkeley, and it is a Haida totem pole from Queen Charlotte Islands, 40 feet tall, carved about 1870. I just thought it was interesting. And that one's unused, also unposted. And then I picked this one up. And motels, and it had a couple of older cars. It says Dunes Motel, Anaheim, California. Does it say a date? You can see. And this one is a nice waterway with a weeping willow and then some kind of a hut. It says the Willows, and that's Honolulu, Hawaii. Unused card, but it is written on, which kind of sucks. I'm sure that will decrease the value of it, but it was still pretty cool. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I don't know. This is another one, like a Thanksgiving card. This is used. But it doesn't say, I don't see a post on it. So it doesn't really show that it went through the post office. It's still pretty cool. It looks older. It says place postage, domestic 1 cent, 2 cents for foreign. So probably an older card. And then this one is a Thoughts of You card, and this one is dated 1912. Let's see. Dear sister, you can tell by the way that it looks that it's quite old, but it's still a really nice card. I had a bigger stack of them than this, and so I would sort through them to say, maybe I can use this, maybe I can't, the damaged ones. This one is looks like a 1911 maybe postcard, and it says, may birthday sunlight dawning come shining on your heart. Many happy returns. So pretty cool. And then you can tell how they wrote on it. And these these types of cards do, the used ones do sell. Looks like West by September 28th. So, and like I said, I'm just kind of not really piddling with it, but I'm just I've been looking on, watching videos and trying to, figure out which ones are the best cards and, what to look for and stuff like that. So, I don't know. Another postcard. just of a house, and it says Mrs. K's Toll House, Silver Spring, Maryland. 30 minutes from the White House. And it looks like an older card. It's still in really good condition. This I might have to do some research on. It is posted. Looks like 1958. So you can see there's, what is it? Paulista. And then it says, it looks like Brazil. Probably have to do some research on it, but you know, it looks older, like maybe 1930s, 40s. Or, well, it's posted in 1958, so somewhere around in that era. I'm trying to talk right because I don't want to be loud for the baby. This one is posted 1909. It's just a little postcard with looks like Dutch, and you can tell by their little shoes there, look like wooden clogs. It says a difficult choice, so I don't know what that's all about. But like I said, the card is 1909. And then you can see that it was, you know, written on and posted. I wasn't really sure how these would do. It says Halifax, Canada. Greetings from Halifax, Canada. Waterways, sailboats, canoes, stuff like that. So, and it looks from like the attire that maybe it's an older card. It says made in USA. And then I got this one too. It's greetings for Ontario, Canada. There's that one. Like I said, I don't know how that's gonna do. I feel like something's on fire. In California, it always smells like something's on fire. I guess I shouldn't joke about that, but that is the truth. It just kind of gives a skyline of like a day and a night. I just thought that was cool. This was kind of I was on the fence about this one, but it does look older. It says hello from Oklahoma, and it's got like the roadways there and some mountains, and it's not written on or not posted or anything, but Eastern Oklahoma Scenic Mountain Drive on US Highway US 259. So pretty cool. And there was a few of these that I kind of just guessed on, but this was the world's only corn palace, Mitchell, South Dakota. So it looks like, when you look a little closer, it looks like this palace is made from like corn shucks and stuff like that. So pretty cool. It's not written on or anything. It says the world's only corn palace is located in Mitchell, South Dakota, is open free of charge to visitors from May through September. So pretty cool. And it looks older. Let's see. This one's of a bar. Actually, it's a pub. And it's called Pat O'Brien's in New Orleans. Home of the famous Hurricane Punch. There's no date on it or anything, and it's not written, it's not posted or anything, but this one was kind of interesting. It's Rio de Janeiro, and it is Flamingo Beach. It does have, it looks like Brazil, and So it's got some definite, there's people there in bathing suits and swimsuits and umbrellas, and you can see, I don't know how anybody would get any sun because everybody's just kind of standing around and all that. But anyway, and this one is not written on. There was a lot of, how would you say it, like foreign, and I wasn't really sure about those. So there was some Vietnam ones, just of like, the grounds and the river and stuff like that. But I wasn't really sure about that one, so I didn't get. And they wanted an arm and a leg for them. They wanted like $4 for them, and that's a little much for me. This says, so this card, it's kind of a more comic card, and the guy says, "Goodbye, old pal." Looks like he's having to leave his truck behind because he's got a flat tire or something. And it says, "You think it's hot here? Just dig." I don't know. It's not written on or anything, but it says 1969 in the bottom, so looks like an older card. This one is another beach. View of the shrimp and seagull beaches, Mazatlan, Mexico. So that was kind of interesting. I don't know if that'll do anything or not, but I thought I would take a chance. Okay, so I've heard that these, the comic ones, do pretty good. So there's this, and it says you should see the big one that got away. I don't know exactly what that means, but okay. There's no date or anything. It looks like it might have a little bit of sun damage on it, but I should be able to sell that. And this one is a trolley car, and then of course you have the ocean and the bay behind it with the boats. It doesn't look like it's too, I mean, it looks old, and then, but then I'm looking at how the people are dressed, and I guess I would say probably 1960s. Well, you got the cars. You see the VW Bug, and you see the other older cars. So maybe 50s or 60s, something like that. On this one is Soldiers and Sailors Monument at Night, Indianapolis, Indiana. I thought that was pretty cool. It's like almost like a painted picture. And then when I look at it, it says Heart of the City is one of the finest pieces in the United States, built in 1887, 1901. It's 284 feet high. I've never seen this, but it looked pretty cool. I mean, definitely doing this, you probably would tend to, find some, you're doing research and stuff, so that's kind of interesting to me, find some information about, your country and the history and stuff like that, so I like that. So it looks like this is, Miami Beach News Bureau. Says fabulous playground of the American Miami Beach, Florida. That's kind of cool. It's got the waterways on both sides. Kind of interesting. It's not posted or anything. And the person that I have been watching, if you get a chance, go over to Popeye's Postcards, and I've been watching a lot of his videos, just trying to get some information, trying to learn about postcards. It's something that's small, it's easy to keep an inventory of, and so that's one of the reasons why I picked those up. There's this card. So you see the Washington Monument and then the cherry blossoms. And it looks older. So that was the reason why I picked that up. And then I got this postcard. It looks interesting. It says Traverse City, Michigan, which is interesting. My sister lives near there. And it says Plymouth, Michigan. The Angler's Prayer. Lord, give me grace to catch a fish so big that even I, when telling of it afterward, may never need to lie. And then it has underneath it the fisherman's rule, and it has in inches. It's kind of interesting. It's like a comedy fisherman's card, so interesting. And this one, so yeah, I got it mainly for the cars. And it says the Satellite, and it's in Colorado Springs. Looks like it's a hotel of some kind, but it looks older from the look of the cars. Definitely, I would say probably the 60s. You got a VW bus and a couple of older Corvair. So, kind of cool. There's a Mustang, I think. This one was interesting. So you got this long cart, these little carts on them, the people in them. And they look, just how they're dressed, it looks like maybe 50s. And it says, a favorite with the visitors to colorful Hialeah Park is the tram train in front of the huge banyan tree. Oh, I see. So that should be your focal point, is the tree behind that. So that is a large tree. Interesting. This one was kind of cool too. So it's got the boat going through these canyons here. And on the back it says Wisconsin Dells, Wisconsin, the Dell Queen entering the Jaws. And this looks kind of old. Like an old picture with a kind of a older style boat. And then you have this one here, which is kind of cool. I like that picturesque look on it. It does have some wear on the corners. Maroon bells from Maroon Lake. The Maroon Peaks rise nearly a vertical mile above the lake and are among Colorado's most beautiful. So that was kind of cool. I like that. Like I said, a lot of these are not written on, but I think the pictures are one of the main reasons why I picked these up. This one's 1965, it says on it. And then you have this is Niagara Falls at night in Canada. They're pretty cool. And I one of the reasons why I went to this place, this one's kind of damaged. I don't know if that'll be a good one or not. But, just to get out and walk around and stuff, and I always like going to this place. It's big. I would say it's probably got about 500 booths in it, and it just goes on and on and on. So it was a good way to get out and kind of stretch my legs and everything. But there's this one. So another waterway. And then looks like some houses of some sort with some boats. It says Old Cape Cod Wharf. It doesn't have a date or anything on it, but pretty cool. This one I thought was interesting. Who's that? Slim, the last of the single blanket and a burro prospectors of Death Valley and the Panamints, died 86. That's kind of sad. This guy is an old prospector whose name was Charles Fergay, was a lone resident for many long periods in the ghost town of Ballarat. So that's definitely interesting. There's no date on there that I can see. So pretty cool. I don't know if that'll be anything or not, but we're going to give it a whirl. Another hotel or motel. This is called Beck's Motel Auto Court in Provo, Utah. And it is written on. It doesn't have a. Looks like somebody just made a note on it or something. But it's still pretty cool. I like those hotels. This is another one of that O'Brien's in New Orleans. And it's an older one. So there's no post or anything. It's clean. What's this? Italian Swiss Colony Winery, Asti, California. So like a winery picture, so you can see how, the vats or silos. I'm sure there's something that's holding the wine. Let's see. Interior 1,000,000-gallon wine cellar picturing huge redwood storage tanks. Italian Swiss Colony, Asti, California. Guide is explaining the aging of wines to a group of visitors. And this was posted in 1950. So you can tell kind of by just the dress that it was an older card. Doesn't really say anything. Says going on wine tour, Jean. So this one is, so you got the beach view there with skyline. Let's see, that says, so this is Waikiki Beach Magical Hotel, or the magic that is Hawaii. It's 1975, so it's not too terribly old. Let's see. We're having a good time. Ed's taking slides of everything. He's having fun doing it. Ed and Catherine. And it's got Eisenhower's stamp on it. That's interesting. So there's a lot of little things about this card that I like. It's older. I mean, it's not super old, but it's still older. I don't know. It's got the Hawaiian, what does it say, Hawaii Post on there. This one is Fern Grotto, Kauai. So another Hawaiian, just the greenery, the flowers, and then of course you see the people in the background going up the trail. No date, but it looks older. The continental card of Hawaii. So, just interesting. And you have another card here. The reason why I picked this is Jamaica. But one of the reasons why I picked this was the it says Pan American World Airways on the back. It's not posted or anything, but you can see that on the bottom. So I just thought that was interesting. For the most part, these cards are in pretty good condition, so I was pretty impressed with that. And then this card here looks like it's in Hawaii also. And then I liked it because of the cars. It looks like, older cars. Looks like 1971, so it's not too drastically old, but of course I'm sure the older the better. That was interesting. Then I got this card here, and it's of Alaska Glacier Queen. It says SS Glacier Queen and SS Yukon Star. Alaska Cruises. I don't see a date anywhere. Doesn't look like it was posted. There's a stamp on it, which is kind of odd that there wasn't a post on it that said, where it was from. And then there's a whole, you can see, there's a whole big bunch of lettering. They wrote a novel on there. I think that's so funny when they do that. Okay, this one is posted 1964. And this is, looks like Ketchikan, Alaska. Like another waterway. Boats, older boats, houses. There's cars in the background. This definitely looks 1964, so definitely got some older cars. You can see some Chevys and stuff like that in there, so pretty cool. I hope I'm not boring y'all, but I wasn't really doing anything right now, and so I thought I would share these with you. This is some kind of a boat, or a ship actually. A couple of boats on there. And then you got the waterways. It looks like it says Puerto Vallarta, with Cabo San Lucas, Baja, Mexico. So definitely a foreign, South America type card. And then I wasn't really sure about this one, but I know that there's people that like the redwoods and stuff like that. So I picked this one out. So I got the redwood forest there. It looks like Sequoia, sempervirens, and it was just saying where they grow and stuff like that. But it looks older, like an older car. It's not written on or anything, but. And then the last one is another redwood forest scene, and it just says ferns, moss, virgin redwoods, redwood belt. There's no date. It does look probably maybe 70s. So that's what I got. I do plan on possibly going to the Benz this upcoming weekend. So we'll see what happens with that. I'm not going to do a whole bunch of, I brought a bunch of jewelry with me to list and work on, and I still haven't done that yet, but yeah, I'm going to be here for a while, and so I've tried to bring in, enough stuff that I could list and keep me busy when the baby's sleeping. So I hope everybody has a great day. I'm sorry that if this was boring, but I wanted to show you what I got. And I seen a couple of pieces over there that I really wanted, and I was very tempted to buy them. It was one of a mermaid, but I held back and I stayed strong. Then there was one, a little statue of a witch, And I kind of wanted that one too, but I was like, nope, I can't do it. It'd be good. I gotta save my money. So I hope everybody enjoyed this. If you get a chance, subscribe, like, share. I try to do my haul videos and show you what I got, and I'll try to do that as I grab things while I'm here in California. It's sunny, it's blue skies. I think today it was 74 degrees, which is amazing in November, mid-November. So, but I will check in with you guys later, and I hope everybody has a great day. See y'all later. Bye.